Sponge. If you're new, I'd like to say hello and please consider subscribing. If you're not new, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Brandon Sanderson's Skyward series because the new book is coming out at the end of the month and I am beyond excited. I believe this is probably my new favourite series on the entire planet. It is so good. I need to find out what happens in the next book. I'm super desperate because the second book ends on a total cliffhanger and you're just left going, what the hell, man? Like, I need to know what's next. And obviously what's next hasn't come out yet. So hurry up and be the end of November so that I can read the third book, Cytonic, because, oh my goodness, I need to find out what happens because, oh my goodness. Okay, so firstly, I just want to do a little bit of a overview on the two books and their basically like novel outline to give you a bit of an idea if you haven't read these books before. And then at the end, I'll be doing a little bit of a spoiler session to talk to all of y'all who have read this series because, oh my goodness, I need to talk to somebody about it because, oh my goodness, you know what I mean. Okay, so this is the first book, Skyward. This basically follows a girl, her name is Spencer, also known as Spin, because in this world she is part of a elite force of like fighter pilots basically on this planet, and she has to have a call sign, and her call sign is Spin. So that's mostly what she's referred to by in the book, but her name is actually Spencer. So this is about the basically fate of humanity and the fact that humans were basically crash landed, or at least a colony of humans crash landed on this planet because they were being attacked, and they have had to basically live in these colonies underground for the last 80 so years because basically they've been trapped on this planet. They are obviously trying to leave this planet so that they can get back to like exploring space and possibly getting back to their homeworld and all of that kind of thing. But they keep getting attacked by this group of people called the Krell, who keep bringing down all these ships to come and basically fight them. Basically what happens is, yes, Spen joins this group of fighters. She can fly these airplanes, and it basically follows her journey in flight school and kind of what happens to her. And there's obviously epic battles and different things like that. And there's like so much emotions in this. You get to meet so many different people, and then all of this stuff happens, and it really challenges kind of your feelings for her and her views on things, and how she has to deal with all these really bad things that keep happening around her and to her. And yeah, it's really good. Definitely recommend this one. And then the second book is Starsight, and this is basically following her when she ends up being able to, so after the events of the first book happens, she ends up being able to use her powers, because she does have special powers, which you find out quite early on in the first book, but she doesn't really know how to use them. Yeah, basically using her powers, she can basically end up going to different planets and different things like that, and because she can use hyperdrives and different things like that, and she ends up on this other planet who are the really bad guys who kind of govern the Krell who have been attacking them, and that's called the Superior, or the Superiority or something, and it's basically her infiltrating them and finding out all of their plans so that she can basically come back and warn the others and hopefully get them out of the planet, because they need to basically get hold of hyperdrive so that the colonies can leave the planet. And so that's kind of her mission. And oh my goodness, this ends on the biggest cliffhanger. And the first one was fine. It didn't really end on a cliffhanger. You could probably just read the first one standalone and that would be fine. You'd be satisfied. But this book, no. This is only half of the story that's currently unraveling, and I am so desperate for the next one to come out. Cytonic. So I'm super excited for that at the end of the month. So yeah, that's basically the overview of the series so far. Let me know if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. It obviously is quite heavily sci-fi, with a little bit of fantasy in there, but it's so good. I highly recommend it if you like reading series. If you like sci-fi, you have to read this. Like, I feel like I can't even comprehend how much you guys need to read this because it's so good. I couldn't put it down, like, at all. Like, I immediately, like, I finished reading this one in, like, one day, put it down, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, immediately picked this up and didn't stop reading it until it was done. Like, I don't think I ate that day until I finished the second book. So it's that good. Like, you need to read it. For those of you who have read it, I'm now going to start talking about the spoilers. So if you haven't, feel free to end the video here. But yeah, for those of you who have read it and want to talk to me about it, please stay tuned because I need to talk to someone about it. Okay, so spoilers. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, the end of this, like, what do you mean she just ends up in, like, the between place and, like, that's it? Like, excuse me, she needs to get home. Like, anyone else feel that way? Like, oh my goodness. And also, like, how can, like, and they had just kissed, like, she had just kissed him, and now she's, like, stuck. If she doesn't get back to him, I'm gonna flippin' lose my mind. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't even, like, her and Jorgen, I'm shipping so hard. And, like, they're so in love. And, like, I can't believe they finally flipping kissed. And then she immediately leaves. And now she's been gone for all this time. And now she's stuck and she can't get back. Like, what? Flippin' heck, Brandon Sanderson, if they don't get together in the third book and, like, be together and be happy, I'm gonna be very mad. Like, you can't play with my emotions this way. You can't. That's not fair. You need them to end up together and they need to be happy. And this is, if it doesn't have a happy ending with these two, I'm flipping gonna rage because I need these two to be together for my own sanity. So when this book comes out, if it's, oh man. Anyway, I love this. Anyone else feel like he needs to just never stop writing this series because it's so good? Like, it's so good. Like, it's so easy to read as well. Oh my goodness. But also, like, how sad is it that, like, all of her friends are dying? And then, like, she makes new friends, which she ends up also, like, and it's so crazy. Like, I can't believe that, like, especially in the second book, like, how she had to train, well, she didn't have to, but, like, she chose to train all of these people that she knew she would, like, didn't she realize she would have to fight them at some point? Or, like, her friends would have to fight them? Like, I'm glad that most of them, like, ended up being on her side. But, like, it was still really sad. And, like, the fact that, like, they almost had an alliance with the superiority and, like, they could be free. And now, like, she's being framed and, like, I just can't even deal with that. But I really, like, I really need to read the rest. I need the rest. And, like, even the first book, like, oh my goodness. Firstly, how amazing is her relationship with Mbot? Love it. Love Mbot. He's great. He's funny. I know, like, she doesn't think it's funny, but I think it's funny. And, like, I also do like how, like, her and Jorgen, like, they started off as, like, oh, I don't like you, you're, like, the stuck up, blah, 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 don't boss me around. And now she's like, yeah, boss me around, I'll boss you around. And it's like, they're flirting. And I like it. I like that. And I like that he's deeper than, like, he appeared to be. Like, I like that Brandon Sanderson wrote him as actually a really emotional, private person. Like, the fact that she walked in on him and, like, he was replaying the events of, like, their friends dying because he felt guilty and, like, he wanted to see if he could save them. And, like that was really deep and, like, significant. And I think if that hadn't been in the book, I probably wouldn't have liked them together. But, like, the fact that you know that he is much deeper and he kind of just has to put on this persona because of his parents and his lineage and all of that kind of thing, like, I really like it. And also, can we oh, that one's upside down. Can we talk about the covers? Look at how beautiful they are. The gold, the fancy gold. These are just the paperback. Normally paperbacks, no one cares about the paperback. I like paperbacks because I only read paperbacks, but most publishers never put in any effort to the paperbacks, but look how beautiful these are. Beautiful. I don't know why mine are 2 different sizes. Probably because I bought them from 2 different stores, but love them. Love them. They're beautiful. Once I get my new shelves, when we finally move, I'm gonna have these facing out because they're beautiful and I love them. And this is the most flippin' elegant sci-fi books I've ever seen. It's almost like sci-fi met The Great Gatsby or something, and beautiful. And black and white and grey is my jam. I love me my grayscale. So beautiful, and then yeah, the pops of gold. Love it. I cannot wait for Cytonic though. Please tell me you feel the same way. Tell me how you feel about them being together and what just happened. I need to know. I need feedback. I need to know people's opinions because oh my goodness, it threw me for a loop in a really good way. I'm enjoying it ridiculously, but I need to know. And I know a few book lovers out there, you'll understand what I mean. This changed my life in the best way. So thank you, Brandon Sanderson. I really appreciate it. It's really, really good. Keep writing these, please. And please, for goodness sake, make sure that they're together and they're happy. Because if one of them dies, or if they decide not to be together, oh my goodness, you guys will know about it. Because I'll be screaming and raging from rooftops if this doesn't go well. Okay? Because I need it to go well. For my own sanity. Okay? I'm just telling you. For my own sanity, this needs to go well. Okay? Cool. Glad you all agree. But yeah, seriously though, let me know in your comments below how you guys felt about this series. I absolutely adore this. If you don't, please tell me why, because I can't possibly understand how you could not love this. So everybody pick up a copy, please. Read this. Let me know your comments let me know your opinions, in the comments below, because I really, really want to hear them. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to talk about this book. I don't really have anyone in my life that's super book crazy like I am, so to have someone to be able to talk to about this would be extraordinary. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below so that we can start a conversation about it. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's video, and I hope that you guys have a great week. Bye!